have more representatives when it comes time to vote.
Exactly.
Right.
So you get the citizens that are the people that live there that are not citizens are getting represented, or it's either that or the people that are there that they're being represented. They're being represented. God damn, I can't talk.
I know it's
at
like
a
me and
higher
redistricting.
at a higher rate because they're it's one senator for every 90,000 people versus every 100,000 people.
All right, let's get right back to it. Wait, hold on, man. Shout out to my man Daniel Castro, man. How you doing?
Good. How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, Daniel?
It's all
What's
good.
going on?
All right, man. Yo, Daniel, got any thoughts on the whole gerrymandering thing, or you want to share any thoughts?
Nah. Actually, right now I'm just gonna sit and pick up the vibe. I'm just waking up, so it's all lunacy right now. We're just trying to get everything settled, and we're pushing forth
All
the
right.
agenda one way or
Can
another.
I got you on the socialism and communism differences. Here you go.
Yeah,
If you would like. All right. First off, socialism state plays a significant role in regulating the economy, providing social services, and addressing inequality. 100% down with that. Communism, the state is viewed as a temporary tool.
As a what?
Ultimately, the state is intended to disappear as society becomes classless and stateless. So, in a communist society, there would be no state, there would be no government control.
Who do you call
Right.
when somebody breaks into your house?
No, hold on, guys. I got a little bit of a problem with that one. So if they're meant to regulate the economy, and you're trying to take out trying to bring down the wage
You
gap
have to
and
go
all
to
that good
socialism
stuff.
first.
Yeah, like isn't that kind of making it classless already? Like,
No.
isn't that kind of leading to communism a little bit?
No, because it still focuses on not only state but also public control. Like people do control the means of production still, right?
So it does the
They
same
think
thing socialism does, only a little bit more.
so it focuses more on the social structures, things that put into place like public transit, medical services for those who need it, things of that nature. That's what socialism focuses on. Communism focuses on getting rid of classes so that everyone is equal. Socialism is more about equity, and communism is trying to promote a full
Okay, so
equality.
but that's where it kind of gets me,
You
is
have
that
to
that
use-
whole
here's the
strive for
thing.
equity could lead to classlessness.
But also,
No. So no. Equity versus equality, right?
okay,
So those
one
are two different things. Equity has the same starting point, but not necessarily the same ending point. The equality tries to keep everybody at the same level, no matter what.
two
All
questions.
right, and shout out to my man Jake Day. He says socialism has democracy and private property. Communism has no private property or traditional wages. Everything is owned by the state.
You have to. Here's the thing: you can't just go straight from capitalism to communism. You have to have socialism as the enzyme to eat everything up and turn it that way. You cannot.
Not necessarily, because we saw this in Russia with the takeover of communism. Same thing with China. They didn't go to socialism; they went straight to communism,
And they failed.
And you can also kind of.
I mean, China's still going strong, my guy. I don't know how you think that failed, but go ahead.
I mean,
Well,
China got their problems, but I will say this: they are still hanging in there.
But see, China is not communist as the word would be, because you still have classes in that society.
True.
Oh, no. They started with no classes. No. Remember, they started to now move away from full communism, and they started to inject a little bit of capitalism in there. That's where we get the heavy amount of what is it called, business owners in the top of the Chinese forefront, and
So
you
now
have to
you
go
just have
through
a
the
giant
government to
oligarchy.
be able to do that.
further because they were
Yeah,
imperialist.
yeah. And so this is the thing. They started with communism. It still is quote unquote communism by all means, but it does have a capitalist kind of
I don't know.
like
China looks more of a
injection, if you will.
an oligarchy, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Consumer imperialism.
Maybe, but again, they did not, and this is my point, they didn't go through socialism to get there. That was what Monty said. Now address that.
so
So-
okay, even though they're communists, they still have like a god.
Hold on. Let me back up what I just said. So based off of what we've seen in the world, you cannot just go straight to communism, especially in a country that fought world wars and fought the Cold
Then
War
how do they
to
do it in
fight off
China and
communism.
Russia, my guy?
It's imperialist.
Again, nowadays we've seen what happens in China and Russia. You can't just go and say, "Oh, this is what we're going to do now," because that fails.
So you're saying hypothetically you can't go straight to communism nowadays?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not talking about hypotheticals. I'm talking about in history. Has there been a country that went from not communism to communism without socialism, which is the
Cuba?
point you originally made?
Cuba, I believe.
But there was a battle first, and they were conquered.
Exactly my point. It doesn't matter. They still did not go through socialism to get to communism.
No,
Well,
You don't have to go through socialism to get to communism.
I'm pretty sure Cuba.
Socialism can be its own thing.
But
Yeah,
communism.
yeah.
Communism
It
sells
can
communism.
It can be a means. It can be a means to convert to communism. I'm not going to disagree with you there, right? I can see what like the logical train of thought, but it is not the means by which you go to communism. This is what I keep trying to say. Please stop equating socialism to communism. Please.
Okay, no, it's policy. It's they still have a long line of policies that are the same thing: gun control, abortion, the just general structuring of where the government is paying for the people.
Hold on.
You have a frog in the background. I'm glad it's not me this time.
I'm outside. I'm outside because my fiance is asleep, and I'm on lunch.
Okay, now, what it's like, what a republic is, or what capitalism. Do capitalism next.
All right, hold on. Let's not do all that. Okay, let's get right back on with the topic. Let's circle back around to this later on. Don't worry. Well, let's get right back into it.
They've been questioned, things like, what are you going to do about it? They've been yelled at, often by their own voters, saying, do something. They have been told, and you've heard it, that Democrats are busy playing checkers, Republicans are playing chess. Or, of course, you've heard the little comparison to Republicans who are credited for better or for worse with being able to hold the party line, be united, even when it might be hypocritical or damaging to their own messaging or brand.
Hold
Democrats
on.
have been
Yo,
did she just say that the Republicans hold the party line no matter what?
I mean, I guess so.
Has she not? Has she never watched your show? I mean, I'm not to put you up on that kind of a pedestal, but like that's exactly what the Republicans do all day long. I'll sit here and argue with a Republican all day long because at least our viewpoints can be argued. Liberals are just, oh yeah, no, this is what it is, and the Democrats hold the party line no matter what. They hold themselves together no matter what. So much so that they will kick somebody off of a primary ticket if they don't go with the Democratic platform.
Honestly,
by the way, while we're
you're
talking
right.
about
If they
this,
have more debate in their party, well, let's be real. This whole pushing of transgender ideology, they wouldn't have got cooked on that, or immigration. If they'd have just had some type of discord on those topics, some type of disagreements, they wouldn't look so crazy.
Well, they're in the pocket
by the
of
way,
Pfizer.
Monty asked me what I was the other day, and I could not answer him. So I went and looked up these different ideologies and such. A progressive globalist. That is what I would be called.
Okay.
A progressive globalist.
All right, then. Shout out. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, you already told us you was a globalist, but the progressive part, interesting.
accused of being complacent and
It's a lot of
reactive,
socialism.
always one political step behind, or so it seemed. Well, tonight, maybe the listening tourists have broken through, at least on one topic, at least in one state, California. That's where Governor Gavin Newsom is calling an audible, launching the Democrats' biggest gamble yet to try to fight back against Trump. And he is doing it, well, through the art of the troll. Take a look at this. And I want you to read it closely, okay? It's on your screen. It's highlighted for effect. It's from Gavin Newsom's office, promising a beautiful rally with other Democrats tomorrow to destroy Texas Governor Greg Abbott's, quote, totally rigged plan to redraw the political map.
Now, I don't know, just for historical reference, have the Republicans ever kicked, cried, and screamed like this over redistricting, or
No,
it's been a back and
I
forth.
can remember.
We don't bring it up. We don't bring it up until the Democrats bring it up.
Okay, because I'm just thinking, I'm like, I believe that I've seen the Dems do this a good amount of times, and Republicans, like, we talk about it, but they're just like, the Republicans of their state didn't just leave. Like, we never took that big of a jump.
It's not an issue until it becomes an issue. So, like, for example, you have Texas, and everybody in the country is bitching about Texas right now, right? Mm-hmm. So what does Fox News do? Fox News says, oh, well, let's look at Illinois. Let's look at New York. Let's look at California. Let's look at Nevada. Let's look at all of these different states. Give you 5 examples. That's the only time it's ever brought up.
Now, Illinois' map is honestly disrespectful when we want to talk about, gerrymandering.
And for the record, Texas is not redistricting the seats they already have. They're adding in 4 seats.
You know what? I'm actually happy, Monty, that you have trouble saying that word as well.
What?
Just redistricting.
Redistricting?
Yeah.
Districting.
I just want to say one thing. It's fake news. They can stick it up their butt, take it where they need it. I don't care. It's fake news.
Shout out to the Trump.
And yes, it's in all caps. And yes, there's lots of exclamation marks. Even a declaration.
Hold on, exclamation, Day. Not exclamation.
I'm done.
But the biggest threat, a blunt force campaign to flip control on Capitol Hill and take away Trump's majority. Now, stylistically, yes, you saw it. It is trolling. But underneath, substantively, the taunts are Newsom's plan to rewrite California's own map, to try to cancel the gains that Republicans would get in Texas.
Here's the thing. They've already gerrymandered their own districts. They can't.
Next week, the legislature is going to move this forward.
Hold on, guys. Let's let the video play a little bit longer, and then we'll get y'all thoughts on it.
That Republicans would get in Texas.
Later this week, we're going to announce the campaign. Next week, the legislature is going to move this forward with 2/3. We're going to get it in a special election on November 4th, and we're going to fight fire with fire. We're going to neutralize whatever Abbott does next week or whenever they move forward the next special session.
Well, sadly, I already used all y'all gerrymandering lives. Like, it's over. You already used them all up. You're done. Or are they?
Hey, Seth. Just for shits and giggles, I will go out and create a map of all of the congressional districts and show you exactly where the people live and exactly how the lines are drawn. And because someone just said, oh, gerrymandering only helps the right or helps the right the most. I'm about to blow that out of the water. Because
oh geez. It's a crazy comment.
Yeah. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's any political power that's in power that holds the state gerrymanders their district, whether it's right or left. And it
let me make a point.
I mean, it could go either way. I mean, 50-50 in my opinion.
At this point, because we're all the way
Republicans.
We're all the way. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to say, at this point, yeah, it's going to help the right because we're all the way maxed out gerrymandering. So there's no other way it can go but towards the right. But it has to at this point.
I mean, unless you want to take 435 cubes of the country and draw it out perfectly straight, Yeah, there's going to be gerrymandered districts and it actually statistically helps the left because the population centers that are liberal are the ones that get drawn out into the urban areas, or not the urban areas, the suburban areas that tend to be right leaning.
Look, I don't want to hear it from Dems when I see stuff like this. This little corner over here of Illinois is like downright disrespectful if you guys want to criticize about gerrymandering.
Exactly.
Every time, like this whole cluster here is like, come on now. Why'd y'all make it so obvious?
Definitely. It's people who haven't looked at a map complaining about this stuff, who have no idea about history. And it's insane, man. I mean, you have to look at a map to know anything.
And here's I have no problem with either side doing it. Just don't cry when one side does it. If the Republicans started crying about the Dems doing it, I'll be like, but y'all trying to do it. And y'all done it before.
And all Trump said what he's doing, I know Texas has their own thing, but Trump said what he's doing is he's just going to try and get a new way to count the census so that just random people don't get in there. But, you know, the census is really just supposed to be about occupancy, not male, female, skin color. None of that's supposed to matter. So I don't know how he's going to do it in a good way. But
well, so here's the thing. The census, you're right. The census is supposed to just be about occupancy and allocation of resources. But what that turns into when you have 20 million people that are not citizens and do not have a right to vote in this country is 10 or 15 seats that are given to Democrat cities that don't rate them.
And it doesn't matter who they actually will vote for. The Democrats just assume and say, okay, you're signing up as a Democrat, and get them signed up, and then they count.
All right, let's keep it on. Let's keep it going.
Well, no. So that's not the issue, guys. That's not the issue. The issue is these people cannot vote in elections, but yet they're given representation, and the people that can vote in the elections, i.e., the Democrats that live in those cities, get extra votes, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following the gerrymandering, but it's more on a local level.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Now, wait, are we all right, just making sure.
Special session.
Well, Newsom was warning it's not just about his state of California. He wants other Democratic states to step up to the plate because he says this fight is spreading all across the nation.
Will also hopefully inspire some other states. There are many other democratically led states that can move forward, and we just cannot sit back passively. They're hardly done here. They're going to move. They're going to run the table on us. They're rigging this election in plain sight.
Wow.
In Texas.
In plain sight, rigging it. I mean, then what would you call what y'all was doing then? And it's like, what, y'all been rigging the whole time too? It's like, come on now. Using this type of language don't help y'all.
They're going to sit here and talk about how bad it is and then do it themselves. So it really must not be that bad.
Shows that gerrymandering on a national level cancels out. It is actually only really and truly whenever you get into the districts that are quote unquote gerrymandered that problems do arise. That's the real issue of gerrymandering, not this national level bullshit.
Oh, and here's the thing, guys. The thing about gerrymandering is that, certain states got that 10-year limit on it. There's other states that can do it. Like it's like a state law when it comes to gerrymandering. It's different state by state. Some states you got to wait 10 years. Some states, I mean, I guess you could do it next month.
Also, like, you know how this helps Republicans? It gives Texas 4 or 5 more electoral votes. That's the only way in which it actually helps Republicans.
And all right, let's keep it going.
The governor there, Governor Abbott, he is hearing this message loud and clear, and he is promising to raise those stakes.
If California tries to gerrymander 5 more districts, listen, Texas has the ability to eliminate 10 Democrats in our state. We can play that game more than they can because they have fewer Republican districts in their states.
Ha ha.
And yep. Now call it a redistricting war. Call it a try to win at all costs. Call it a race to the bottom. Whatever it is you want to call it. Here are the facts. We're about 446 days away from the midterm elections. And I know that seems like a long way away. It is not. That's perhaps why there is this new sense of urgency over how Democrats are going to try to confront Trump and Republicans. Now, Governor Newsom says that he's going to fight fire with fire. You've heard that phrase. But right now, we're not talking about just one blaze. The battle is stretching beyond district lines.
Democrats have a new strategy when it comes to taking on Donald Trump. They are fighting fire with fire. That includes California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's playing the part of the ultimate troll on social media as the Texas redistricting battle heats up. Newsom has been...
Donald Trump, the criminal president. Donald Taco Trump. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, wow. Okay. That's
it's almost like they've all been given the same line to read.
Yeah, that's what they've all been told, to start acting like Trump. So you're going to hear them start cussing and being belligerent.
I'll tell you this, Gavin Newsom sure doesn't know how to press his buttons, though, because he's like, look, Donald Trump, the lowest polling president in recent history. Watch Trump come out on a press conference and be like, yeah, I read the whole thing, and let me tell you this right now, guy. But in all seriousness, though, Gavin Newsom is once again just like kicking, screaming, crying because he can't get his way out of the president. Or he's just looking bad.
Here's my problem with gerrymandering, right? So take, for instance, just my city, right? My city has a random section of street taken out of its area, like its own city, and put in a different city's district. And it's in the middle of my city, by the way. It's not like it's on the edge of the town or whatever, so it kind of touches. No, it's in the dead middle.
Where I live, people 20 miles away.
It could have been any other. It could have been, but it's and I hate saying this, but it's true. It's because it is in my county. This may go a little far. You may actually know what county I'm in at this point, but my county is basically, one city is primarily black and one city is primarily white, right? But the sections of the city that do have black residents are now counted in the other city. That's gerrymandering, and that's wrong.
I mean, and that's pretty much what, Texas is doing that, and I mean,
yeah,
that's by definition what Texas is doing. So I mean, so you don't agree with what Texas is doing right now?
No, I don't agree with Texas. I don't agree with freaking California. I don't agree with any of it, but it's mainly because of the local problems that it will present, not because of the national stuff.
But if you go back in history, how many times has that line changed?
No. Well, all right, are you talking about my personal city?
Well, so to speak. I mean, I'm sure these voting regions have changed and they're going to continue to change. It's almost fluid.
No. So my city hasn't changed in, I believe it was 54 years. Whenever it got slightly larger.
All right, let's keep it going, guys.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, hold on. We've been paused too long, Monty. We've been paused too long. We gotta keep it going on this one.
Mimicking Trump's all-cap style, calling him names, hitting his poll numbers, and ending posts with Trump's signature phrase, "Thank you for your attention to this matter." This is kind of theater. I'm not really sure it'll work. What do you think?
The best form of flattery is
take this fight to Donald Trump. And I mean, I would argue that we should focus like a laser on the issue of affordability, lower costs. And I saw polling from CNN recently indicating that Donald Trump's greatest vulnerability at the moment is inflation. He's underwater by 25 points. Since 2024, there's been a 34-point swing against him. So that's where our focus should be. And we should be adapting to the brave new world of alternative media. So I appreciate Gavin Newsom's strategy of taking the fight to Donald Trump. I support it.
Let me play Beto O'Rourke also kind of addressed this redistricting bit. And it's the way he did it that I think got a lot of people's attention.
We want California and New Jersey and Illinois and Maryland and every other state where the Democrats hold the governor's mansion, the assembly, and the state senate to redraw their congressional districts now, not wait for Texas to move first, to maximize Democratic Party advantage. Listen, you may say to yourself, well, those aren't the rules. There are no refs in this game. Fuck the rules. We are going to win whatever it takes. We're going to take this to them in every way that we can.
Yeah.
Ellie, I mean, is he right about the lack of referees? I think is really what the point that he's making.
So I think
anything goes.
Yeah, I think there's an interesting dilemma in the Democratic Party. I'm interested in what you both see. I mean, there's the attempt to out Trump, which we've seen from Gavin Newsom. We saw right there, and then there's the sort of laser focus that Representative Torres just put on the economy and real issues. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive, but I'm not sure which one works better for Democrats. I'm not sure.
Should we call them authoritarian then?
I think that's going a bit too far for them. Now, the guy's speech was, we're going to go take it to them, and it's just all about fighting Trump, and really, they're not really making no real stance here. It's just trying to stop Trump's agenda, or just stop the Republican from having power. And here's the thing. I mean, y'all guys could have did all that by just coming up with better policies, having better arguments.
Yeah.
Exactly. Zero policy. And did y'all get the Howard Dean vibe? Yeah.
Hey man, they're starting to drop curse words now. I mean, hey, politics is switching up.
Sure, which one will actually move the needle with voters?
I have the answer to that. I think the one that works better is the one that's authentic to the person delivering the message. And sometimes I watch people say this stuff and I cringe because it's just not who they are. They're not that person. And then
they got that dog in them.
Exactly what Beto O'Rourke just said. And I said, okay, well, you know what? That sounds to me like a guy who says this in private, so he probably can say this in public. And I think a lot of times you have a lot of politicians who are trying to be something that they're not. They're trying to troll Trump in a very Trumpy way when they're not like Trump at all. And sometimes there are people who are very Trumpy, or at least have the capacity to troll very well. Gavin Newsom being one of them, or at least on Twitter.
Did we just turn Trump into an adjective?
And so
I was going to say.
Yeah, it's like Trumpian. I'm like, I swear to God, they glorify this man way more than we ever could, though. I swear to God. They call him Daddy Trump. They call him King, Emperor, Dictator. I mean, y'all glorify this man way more than we ever could.
But it's been around for a long time. You pulled the Trump card. This is not something new, but we kind of got something new out of it, even though it's old.
They're trying to reinvent the wheel.
Hey, I like it.
Thank God we're not playing a drinking game.
Man.
You're right.
Every time they say Trump, take a shot. Oh, yeah, we'd all be passed out.
I'd have to.
Dead in like 2 minutes.
Thanks. Look,
many people.
J.B. Pritzker is doing it well because J.B. Pritzker, I think, is being true to himself in the way he's delivering it. Others, whose names I don't really necessarily want to mention, are not doing it as well. They're more about peace and love, but sometimes try to pretend that they're all about being Trumpy, and they're not.
It's kind of interesting because I actually feel like Gavin Newsom kind of started this process trying to reach out to the other side, and now he's gone in really the other direction where he's taking on Trump more directly and Trumpism, and it wasn't working for him then, but it is kind of working for him now. I mean, the reach of his podcast, of all of this stuff.
His podcast sucks.
He has a podcast?
Been amplified.
That's what I'm saying. His podcast is trash.
Drink 3 times.
The only good guy he had on there was Charlie Kirk, and that's just blew up the internet because it's like, oh, wow, an extremely left-wing politician having on Charlie Kirk. Oh, my God. So there was I guess that was the draw from his podcast. And ever since then, he ain't really had nobody too interesting on since. I mean, damn.